I'm happy to follow you wherever you want to go.
So how long it lasts this walk? Like an hour, 2 hours?
Yeah, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I don't know. However long it lasts. So you're French.
Yeah, I'm French.
Where are you from?
Burgundy.
Okay.
Are you British or?
Yeah, but I'm American as well. I'm half American. And actually my dad's from New Zealand. So I'm a bit of a mix of things. So how long have you been living in England?
10 years.
Really? And what brought you here? Like what was the appeal?
It was work, at the beginning.
Yeah.
I didn't choose to come to UK. It's just work was here, and I had an interview in Paris, and the guy said, "Oh, the job is for London-based."
Yeah.
London-based job, so.
You decided to roll with it.
Yeah, I was 10 years younger, so I think it's okay. Now, if I had to do the choice to move again, somewhere else, I don't think I would do it.
So you had already moved from Burgundy to Paris?
Yeah.
Right.
So I started to work there.
Amazing. And why Highbury? When you moved here, did you move straight to Islington or?
No, actually, I found a flat share on Holloway Road.
Right.
When I started to hang out in this area, actually. But yeah, I bought here, but the very beginning I wanted to buy more around Newington Green or Stoke Newington.
Uh-huh.
Because I prefer the vibe there. But there is no tube. There's no tube, and in terms of transport connection, it's catastrophic. So
yeah.
I say. So yeah, the closest one from this part was Highbury.
Yes.
Why Highbury Hill? It's just the fate. I didn't choose to be on Highbury Hill.
When you first were thinking about moving here, did you have any sense of London? Did you understand the different areas of London, or did you have to get to know it?
I moved here 4 years ago. So I was already in London for the last 6 years. So
right.
Yeah, but I'm more a East London person rather than a West End.
Yeah. I feel like I'm only.
I never go on the West End, to be honest.
No. Well, many years ago when I was a student and I first was living in London, when I was 19, 20, it was really fun to go out in Soho. And
nowadays,
not anymore, but it was then. And in fact, we were only just starting to go. There was one bar in Hoxton Square, and other than that, there was nothing. Shoreditch didn't exist.
Yeah, exactly. When I arrived, it was Vistoria, Shoreditch, Brick Lane.
Yeah, none of that stuff was there when I was 19 or 20. We used to go to a house party in Bethnal Green, and it felt like it was miles away. Yeah, it felt like it was.
When I arrived, it was 10 years ago. Everybody said, "What? You want to go? You want to see a flat in Bethnal Green?"
Yeah.
Nah, don't go there. It's so dodgy.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Now actually it changed a lot. The east part of it.
Oh, it's for sure. Yeah. So we were just starting to talk on the phone before about why it might be that so many French people live in Islington.
I don't know. What do you think? Why?
Well, I wondered if it's people who have jobs in the city.
No, because as I said to you, most of people live in French people doesn't live in this area because they need to put their kids in the French
school.
The
lycée.
So the lycée français is based in South Kensington.
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah.
And they opened one, I think, 5 years ago in Kentish Town.
Right. Oh, so you think it's the Kentish Town one?
Yeah. It's the only explanation. The French community, working in a. Look at him. He's smelling the meat.
Yeah. Godfrey's Butchers. Ever reliable.
So my only explanation is because the other French school is not far away, and Kentish Town is so bad. I mean, like, I think it changed now, but
Yeah.
the thing with the Brexit, I think the second school they open in Kentish Town, I think it's not gonna be used that much.
No.
Because a lot of French actually left London.
Do you think that's already happened?
Started in 2016.
Really?
2017. Yeah, I have a lot of my former colleagues, they already left.
Really?
Italy, yeah.
I was in Paris, I don't know when, a few months. I go generally to Paris, a few other French cities, but generally to Paris, once or twice a year. And the last time I was there, I felt something different. It felt more welcoming and friendly and interesting
Really?
and young
Compared to
and energetic
when?
compared to the other times I'd been.
Which is 2-3 years before?
Oh, I go every year, or
Every year?
twice a year probably, something like that.
I don't know, maybe seasonal?
Maybe.
When did you come?
I don't know. Maybe I'm making it up.
The
But
same mood of people in December and in June.
no, it's true. It's true. It just, I don't know. Paris has never been a particularly friendly place to foreigners, I wouldn't say. But it just felt more friendly.
By which part? When did you feel that? On the tube?
Yeah. No, in
Like
the
the
in the sort of
hotel?
little boutiques in the hotel. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's more, I don't know, in restaurants, in bars,
Yeah.
you felt
Yeah,
that?
yeah. More than I had before. Yeah. Yeah.
The thing is, like, I don't know, but a lot of people, my generation travel a lot.
Right.
So I think it's more a question of generation. I
Yes.
think more people travel.
Yeah. But that's what I noticed
Less
is
narrow-minded
yeah,
we
less
are.
insular.
Right.
The
thing is, like, French, people think we are arrogant or whatever. It's just like, if you come to Paris, like, I would say 80% of the people doesn't speak a proper English.
Yeah.
So their level of English is catastrophic. A bit like in Italy.
Right.
It's catastrophic. so actually they don't want to talk to you because they don't speak your
They're not
language.
confident,
And you
right.
don't speak. The thing is, like, British people, they don't make any effort to learn another language.
Yeah.
Maybe Spain,
Yeah.
because
Well,
you are known to go to Spain.
we all had to learn French in school, but I don't know how many of us kept it up. But now that changes. Now the younger, I had to learn French in school for years,
Well, now I have the impression that
but not anymore
on
now.
Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese or Spanish now, isn't it? Wait, see if I. Yeah, my French is terrible. I'm not even going to try, I'm afraid. I still talk like I'm at school,
Oh, really?
like 30 years ago.
But I think you need to live there.
N'est-ce pas?
Isn't it? The question tag. Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Doesn't it?
Well, you learn.
Which is correctly because we always end up by saying, he's like this, right? Or no?
Yeah, yes.
Question mark. We don't say he's like this.
I still talk grammatically. If I was in my 20s and I asked a French girl out, I'd be like, voudriez-vous aller au cinéma? Or something like that,
She's good, huh? The polite way.
Yeah. I'm really into, or I don't know too much of it, but some of the like Parisian street slang I really like. The bits and bobs that I've heard. I guess some
like
of,
what?
well, I think some of it's maybe a bit misogynistic, but like like ma meuf instead of ma femme.
But you know what is it? We call it verlan.
Verlan.
Oui. Alors verlan is so you take the syllabus
Yeah.
and you switch them.
Yes.
So actually la meuf,
Yeah.
it's la femme.
La femme, oui.
Or,
What other ones are there?
He's crazy.
Yeah.
You're gonna say
Fou.
il est fou.
Yeah.
Mais everybody in France say il est ouf.
Il est ouf.
You just move in something which came from the suburbs. I would say in the 80s.
That was the heyday
It's
of
really
like,
the suburbs who invented it. So they use a lot in rap music.
it was strong in French culture then.
Oh yeah, I think everybody uses it now.
La Haine
Yeah,
and
from,
MC Solar.
You know some other French rapper.
They were big. He was a big artist at that time. Whenever that was, the late 80s. MC Solar, wasn't that the late 80s?
Yeah, but he is a poet, this guy.
Yes.
The way he writes is I think nobody. Maybe I am. Maybe I am
Yeah.
writing in the same way. But
Yes.
It's a band, you know. It's not just one
Yeah.
artist. They did quite eclectic music. MC Solar.
Yes.
So if you take Caroline, completely different for another one. All his songs are quite different.
Yeah. Yeah, he
I
can
think
be
he's
quite.
coming back now. I think he tried to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think last year. I think maybe he will publish one new album. Release one new album after 20 years of absence.
So you've lived here long enough now that you must have decided whether you like it or not.
What, London?
Yeah, Islington, London.
I don't think it will be. I like it, but
Yeah.
I'm French, so at some point I will come back to France.
You think so?
Well,
We've got at
even
least.
if I stay all my life here, I think I will end up retiring in France.
Really? Yeah.
But all family is there, so.
In Burgundy.
Your parents were there?
In Canterbury. They live around the corner.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And your wife, Sam?
She's from. She's English. She's more English than I am. She's from like Richmond kind of area,
Okay, I see.
southwest London. Yeah.
And do you think you're gonna retire early?
I don't know. The world feels a bit strange at the moment, doesn't it? It's hard to know.
En effet.
En effet. It's hard to. I don't know. Yeah, it's a little hard to look that far in the future at the moment. I don't really know. I miss the countryside.
Me too. I'm not a city girl, so.
Me neither.
I go outside every month or 2 months.
Yeah.
I walk a lot, I go.
I go
try
for
to go
walks, right?
outside London for the day, just to walk in the countryside.
Yeah.
I cannot have my own dog because I'm working, so what's the point to have a dog when you're working?
Yeah, that's hard.
Except if your job allows you to do it.
Yeah. What is your work?
Finance.
Yeah. In the city.
Yeah.
So you're sort of proving my theory then, the non-lycée theory.
Which one? Which theory?
My theory about French people living in Islington who work in the city.
Okay. I don't think all of them are doing that, but yeah. I think it's quite expensive area. So the thing is, like, people come to London. When you will decide to move to another country, is to have a better life. Otherwise, you don't make the move. What's the point to make the move?
Mm-hmm.
So if to earn more, and the people who
Yeah.
earn more by moving abroad is the people working in a.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of people working for Google
Uh-huh.
in Islington,
Yeah.
So now it's gonna be the next sector is gonna be blamed by people. It's not gonna be the
Yeah.
finance and banking and so on now.
Oh yeah, right.
It's gonna
It'll be
people
tech.
who, oh, this one is working for
Tech people, yeah.
for the big one, for Google or Amazon or whatever. It's
Well, I
the
mean-
new, but yeah, it's true. It's the new sector who's gonna be.
I should
crisis coming from them.
I should be clear that I'm delighted that there are lots of French people in Islington.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm not upset about
No,
it.
some people can be. I mean, what I like is like I have some
I think
friends
it's good.
living more there, and they put their kids in Saint Joan.
Yeah, of Arc.
Yeah, and they say they like it because it's really mixed
Yeah.
in terms of nationality.
Yeah.
You have Italians,
Yeah.
Chilean. You have really like a mix of. And they say for our kids, we don't want to put them only in white school.
Yeah, totally. You have children? No. Yeah,
They don't want to put them in private school.
my
That's French culture to put
Yeah.
very good state school. So
Yes, you do. Yeah.
you never pay in France. It's very rare you pay for.
We have
You
pretty.
start to pay for them when they turn 20 or for university, but before.
So did you go to normal state schools in Burgundy when you grew up?
Yeah.
And did you go to university?
Yeah, I did the best school in France.
Really?
Thanks to the system. Yeah.
Which was what?
What we call les grandes écoles in France, so it's a network of school, and it's an exam, you know, like you have to
Right.
take only 100 people or 200
Okay.
people per year.
So you're a high achiever.
Yeah. But which is good because my parents is coming from a different background, so
Where do your parents come from?
he allowed you to jump from one to the other, you know.
That's, yeah. Where did they come from?
They come from Morocco.
So they moved to France, or?
In the 70s.
Okay. Where are they from in Morocco?
A little bit from everywhere. I don't know if you know Meknes.
No.
So Meknes is an interior city.
Okay.
It's not far away from Rabat.
Okay.
Which is the capital.
Yeah. I've only been there a couple of times as a tourist, but I've always had
Which
a.
area you are?
Once was for a friend's wedding in Marrakesh, where I was,
Oh, you have to go.
which was great. But
You and your family, you have to go.
we went.
For Easter or just for a week.
We had a really lovely time in Essaouira, around that area. Yeah, that was so nice. We stayed in a riad. Yeah, it was lovely. That was last year actually. But I've made some really quite pathetic attempts at learning Arabic. How's your Arabic?
Very tough. But I don't speak the proper one. I speak the Moroccan, but I don't speak.
You don't speak a classical.
No. It's quite different.
Yeah.
But I'm quite good to speak language, but I don't know. If I learn classic Arabic, it's to travel a lot in Middle East. So
Yeah.
the one who speak this language is Syria,
Yeah.
Lebanese, Cisjordania.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I'm not traveling in these countries, so
No.
what's the point to buy, to learn those languages? And in Morocco, we don't speak, people on the street doesn't speak, it's only like the very educated people. Why? Because, and especially the imams,
Yeah.
because the Quran is
Yes. Yeah.
in classic Arabic.
Have you travelled a lot?
No, not that much. I like Latin America, South
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
So I travel quite a bit there. I went to Colombia.
Yeah.
I went to Mexico, Costa Rica, and yeah. But no, I didn't have time to really travel.
You went straight into hard work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's work, holidays, or the thing is, like, when you live abroad, most of your holidays you use them to see families. So
Yeah.
at the end, you end up with 3 weeks of holidays only for you,
Yeah.
out of 25 days of holidays per
Yeah.
year. And you travel a lot?
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know how much I'm going to travel in the future. That feels like something that's going to quieten down. But yeah, I've travelled an awful lot in my life. A lot for my job. I manage bands, music artists.
Yeah.
So over the years, I've travelled a ton to meet them.
In a
and,
bus and
yeah, or
European tour? Or
yes, and everywhere, the whole world.
which type of?
Oh, I managed a few different British artists. I've always managed Keane, a band called Keane, probably a bit before your time. Mumford & Sons. Keane had quite a lot of success in France, but that was about 15 years ago. So that was a long
still
time
doing
ago.
That, or?
Yeah.
Okay. And recently, which band? You have a more recent band?
Well, Mumford & Sons have been a really big band over the last 10 years. I don't know, they never...
Maybe I know some of his songs.
Yeah, maybe.
What? Mother?
Mumford
Mumford?
& Sons, if he's...
Ah, okay. Maybe. Hey, what is it? Is pop rock?
No, it's like indie folk rock.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say they're probably like one of the biggest artists that's come out of Britain in the last 10 years. One of the sort of top 5 probably. Maybe, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, the impression is all shit.
But they didn't do very well in France.
For me, I'm a bit disappointing by the music for the last 10 years. For me,
Really?
it's like Kleenex music. Like you hear them, oh, it's nice for 6 months, and then people forget.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I mean? It's not like the music from the 70s.
I hear you, yeah. I hear you. I mean, I wouldn't
we
say...
miss fine, or we miss, a new type of music, you know? 70s was... the 60s was... I don't know, every single decade has a movement, you know?
Yeah.
You know, what do you think? You're a manager, so...
What do I think?
Because now it's like football is more a business rather than making money rather than...
No, I mean, I'm more interested in your view of it in a way, because...
You are more
I'm
interested
in your view, because I'm just stuck in the middle of it, you know? Like, I'm just doing it. To some extent, it's just a business for me, yeah. I mean, I like the artists that I work with, for sure. In terms of like something new and exciting come along, I mean, not for me. There's stuff that young kids love, you know, the stuff that's on TikTok and, you know.
This generation is gonna be...
But I mean, it's always been the same. I mean, there was terrible music made in the 70s, right? That was very popular.
No, I'm not saying that, but some bands were...
I think...
I don't know, you take the Beatles were very known during their period and even after, you know.
But there were hardly any bands at that time.
No, in UK, the British one, except the Gallagher one, Oasis maybe.
Oh, Oasis,
from
yeah.
After that,
Britpop, Blur. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of really interesting people around the world making music, but yeah, it's not the same. They don't seem to sort of hold people's interest for long periods of time necessarily.
I don't know, I have the impression a lot of people put some African rhythm in their song at the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
I hear a lot of thing. I'm like, oh, it's African.
Yeah, Afrobeat they call it. Yeah, there is a lot of that going on. Do you like Christine and the Queens? Do you know her?
Not really.
She's French. She's very good.
No, I know.
You don't
it's quite nice what she did, but I'm not a big
You're not a fan?
I think I like Sia.
Yeah.
Which I think she's interesting.
Uh-huh.
She wrote music for shitty artists, but I think...
yeah.
No, it's true.
She's very pop.
You take Diamond.
Yeah.
Rihanna's... She wrote it.
Yeah.
Sia wrote it.
Yeah.
I think she's a very interesting artist.
Yeah, she is. She's an incredible songwriter, that's for sure. Great singer as well.
Right, and like when I have some friends, they used to live in New York, and she never did big gigs. She always like rent a small place.
Yeah.
And play in front of maybe 50 people.
Yeah.
She never do like big. She tried to avoid this machine of.
Yeah, I think she was very shy, wasn't she?
Respected.
Yes. Yeah, she's cool. I mean, she's definitely written a lot of quite disposable pop, as well as writing some really amazing pop music. She's great though, great writer.
There is another one which is she's Belgian, blonde girl.
Belgian.
She's doing quite well in France.
Oh, I don't know.
Elle chante c'est oui ou bien c'est non. No, you should. It's quite
I don't
funny.
know that one.
It's a bit like another Belgian artist, black one, Stromae.
Oh yeah, Stromae, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit this type of. But she sings in French. So.
What kind of media do you consume while you're here? Do you listen to like French radio on the internet or
No? I'm not listening any French things.
no French stuff?
No.
No French TV?
No, I try to avoid.
Seulement anglais.
Radio. British
Yeah.
radio, where you have music from actually more funk and. Where do you want to go?
What's this dog called? Chico? Chico? No.
Where Chico?
Chico. I'm thirsty, Chico.
It's like
working?
where I decide to go.
No.
No, it doesn't work.
Il ne marche pas.
Ouais, ça ne marche pas.
Ça ne marche pas.
So you had
So,
some
yeah.
artists a bit difficult to manage, or like a drama queen, or
I mean, they're all difficult to manage
oh, really?
one way or another, yeah. I would say so. There's something
Well,
in...
actually, you are not only a manager; you are their psychologist.
Yeah, some of that. And running their whole business as well. Yeah, it's a complicated relationship, that's for sure. You're leading to some extent, you're sort of showing the way, but at the same time you're employed by them. So it's quite an unusual relationship. Yeah, it can be hard getting the balance of it right.
Is that tiring as a job?
I mean, yeah, it can be very tiring, yeah. Lots of travel, lots of like trying to deal with people's fragile emotional states, lots of diplomacy, and then loads of business. I mean, it's like, you know, for an artist like Mumford & Sons, we're managing a team of, you know, at least 100 people around the world trying to make
So
everything
you
happen.
book all the festivals, all the things,
Yeah,
all the material booking,
well,
when you truck to
yeah, all that stuff,
all
yeah.
the instruments.
Yeah, all
So
that
you
stuff.
deal with that.
Well, we hire people to do it, yeah, but we have to manage them, yeah, and we have to do all the budgeting and do all the deals, and yeah, there's a lot. It's very complicated.
So how do you price actually? How you price a ticket fare? I always wonder how. Okay, you're gonna see no,
Well, that's an
£100 the ticket.
yeah.
Why it's so expensive?
Well, I think that I think there's a couple of reasons. One is that artists have like tried to put on bigger and bigger and fancier shows to compete with other forms of entertainment, and it's very expensive to put this stuff on. And then I think the other reason is just people have got quite greedy, and
Which one?
artists
It's artists.
and promoters, everyone involved in putting on the
I thought
show.
it was more promoters. But...
I mean, it's a complicated picture, but
So you negotiate, or is
I'm actually writing something about this at the moment for a magazine to try and make it clear how I think it's all worked. But so I'm still thinking through it. But essentially, the internet has made it possible for tickets to be priced quite dynamically, so that they basically they're priced according to the market. Yeah, and
So if you don't manage to fill the venue, you can decrease the price.
yes, or if there's lots of demand, you can or you can increase the price. And also you can hold tickets back to create demand.
There is a band I always wanted to see, but I never managed to get tickets because it was sold out straight away. It's XXX.
Oh yeah? Oh, the XX you mean?
Ouais, XX.
Yeah.
I always wanted to see them,
Yeah.
but like the day they released the tickets, they sold out after 3 hours.
They're a great band. I know them well.
Ah yeah?
Well, I know their manager well. He's a good friend of mine.
So yeah, I think it's a very good band.
Yeah, they're great.
They're not based on physics or
No. Yeah.
just
Good. Good
Well,
musically. Yeah, for sure.
you don't really care about the people behind. It's just their
Yes.
world is so nice. So
It's very
I really,
romantic.
I never pay. I don't care about them. You know, like the artist.
Right.
I'm not interested by the artist.
That's
It's
interesting,
the music,
yeah.
I really like it. You know, and when you don't pay attention to who is doing it, you really say like it's very good music. I don't know.
Do you feel that in like, do you have any idols in your life? You know, are there like movie stars that you love, or sports people, or politicians, or?
No, I'm not somebody who. Either I hate actually doing that, putting someone being superior. No, yeah, just as a skill, just a human being in the end. Huh? I'm not gonna be crazy if I see anybody famous, you know.
No.
Ah.
But are there people that you admire
I'm
though?
quite good actually to recognize them, you know. But even after 20 years or 30 years, you know, like the guy was telling me, how do you recognize me? So I'm very good to recognize faces. But yeah, you.
No.
I don't
No,
know.
but I'm just interested in like the idea of people that we admire, kind of examples of people in our
Yeah,
life
but you know,
that
like
we.
when you see
Doesn't
that,
have to be
like,
someone
You
famous.
ended up with a Kardashian family, you know,
Yeah,
which skills they have, you know,
yeah,
except doing like a massive surgery, plastic surgery. No, but it's true.
Well, they have
And
this.
selling
They
beauty stuff.
Yeah.
Is what they are doing.
seem
And
to be.
showing up their family.
They're very good at that.
No,
selling
they're very
selling
good. I'm not
beauty
saying
stuff.
that,
Yeah,
they're very good, but
Yeah.
they are quite clever in the way they drove their business
Yeah.
model.
yeah. I know it doesn't seem like the principle.
But they don't do anything, you know.
No. Well,
So
but maybe that's the secret, that they
So-
appear to not be
so
doing
they
anything.
weighed $500 million of fortune. Enfin, even more. I think Kelly Jenner. I think it's 1 billion.
Yeah.
And even I think Beyonce and her husband is not waiting as much as that. And they create things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm more concerned about the kind of
Star system,
the principles, the ethics of the Kardashian world seem.
I don't know. It's
quite
it's
flawed.
New. It's new. This thing. Tell me somebody else who is very known based on only doing that in the past.
Well, it depends. Well, no, it depends what you mean, because they are doing stuff. They're selling beauty products and fashion lines
but it came after.
and
you know,
opening restaurants and stuff. Yeah, but I think it was all part of the strategy. I think the illusion.
Basketball things and
Yeah. I think they've created an illusion that they're just this kind of dumb, vacuous family that is just like you and me, and they don't really. But I think the reality is there's a lot of like hard work and mechanics going on in the background
But
to
it's
get
also
it
like
all to happen.
All the I don't know, like Tawi,
Yeah.
all the okay, who was those people? They are doing what?
But they seem to be. That's slightly different because
Like
they.
Big Brother, you know.
But
It's
the Tawi. The Towie people don't seem to be, you know, they're not the architects of the show, whereas the Kardashians was all kind of created by them as a marketing ploy. I don't think the program or the fact that they don't appear to do anything is so much the problem. It's more just like, what do they stand for? And is that really what we want to be celebrating? That's more the issue, right? I don't know. What drives you? Like, what are you excited about in life?
Being happy, which is sometimes difficult to reach.
Yes.
No, I'm very simple. I don't ask that much. I think we are already very privileged.
Yeah.
So I think running after more money, running after more things, doesn't change anything in the end. You're gonna end up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just enjoy, you know.
You're still a skeleton in the ground.
Enough money to do what you want to do, but so no, we are a bit in a society which compare people and very competitive. So
Yeah.
which I don't think is a good. I'm not sure I want to live in this type of society.
I suppose the interesting thing about the virus is that it made everyone fairly equal.
I was discussing
Just for a
that
second.
with a friend of mine, and she was saying look, sometimes she said, yeah, I hope so too, but I think most of people, they are like red fish,
Yeah,
so a very short time of memory,
yeah,
so they're just gonna keep on thing is like, yeah, they think about it for 6 months, and after they're just gonna start working again and just having the same routine and having the same bad habits, and nothing gonna have to.
Well, what would you change if you were going to change anything post-virus?
But I think there is a massive difference. I think it's a question of money. Huh? I think our society is completely unbalanced.
Of course.
Like 1% of the population is richer than the rest of the population. So there is a balance which is gonna crack at some point, and I won't be surprised in the next 10, 20 years seeing civil war and stuff like this happen. And it started more or less in France, with Gilets jaunes.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be worse.
What's your sense of, because you're actually like within one of those financial institutions, what's it like in there? I don't know what part of finance you work in, but I guess it's felt like banks at least have kind of held maybe like the most capitalist, most kind of greedy parts of the population somehow.
No, I disagree.
Really?
I think when you are a CEO, a CFO of big corporates, you are much richer than bankers.
That's interesting.
All the people working in funds like Warren Buffett and so on, they are not bankers.
No.
They have much more money than anybody else. The people who drive the world is not bank. It's big corporation, which is not bank.
Yeah.
People are seeing the banking as the evil because of 2009.
Yeah.
But Lehman, the thing is, like, if you really understand finance, you will understand like what the mega mistake is: people lending money to people which are unsolvable.
Yeah.
So which is retail bank. Which is not like the people, it's not traders.
Yeah, right.
They're not doing that. So they ended up blaming traders where they have nothing to do.
That's very interesting.
Lending money to buy a house and stuff like this to people who are leveraged 1,000 times,
I guess it's the ratings companies that were really at fault.
Everybody
in a sense.
was wrong.
Everyone was wrong, yeah. Which bit do you work in?
Trading floor.
Really?
Yeah. So I know what I'm
so you know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I know exactly how Lehman happened.
What's it been like since 2008, 2009 in terms of compliance?
You have no idea. It's a nightmare. You cannot do anything anymore. People doesn't earn anymore what you are. People think we earn millions, It's finished. It was in the 90s, It's finished this period.
Do you say that thinking that that's a shame, or are you happy with how it is now?
It's different. Before you could do it like for 10 years and you stop and you can retire, Nowadays you cannot do that anymore because they don't pay you as before. So you just have to keep on doing this job until you are 40, 45, where before people were stopping at 35. And the thing is like it's a tough job,
Mm.
So you don't have the same energy and and resilience when you are 25.
No, of course.
So
what do you trade in?
I don't think you will understand.
Try and explain it. What?
It's derivative.
Oh no, this is perfect.
Why?
Because I don't understand it. So tell me. Tell me what it is. So at least give me like give me the basics.
Let's say you want to buy a stock.
Yeah.
But you don't have the money to buy the stock.
Yeah.
Let's say you want to buy, 100k of, BT shares, and you don't have 100k.
Yeah.
But you can buy a call, which is an option, and just pay the premium of buying this call.
Yeah.
And it will cost you maybe, 50 bips of or 1% of instead of putting 100k on the table, you just put 1% of it, and then you pray like the stock goes up.
Huh. What if it doesn't?
Yeah, at the end, but you have a strike price, which is today.
Yeah.
And then at maturity, if you have above, you receive a difference between the price today and the price at maturity of the product.
But I mean, I understand that it's clever and I understand that it takes skill and so forth. But isn't it just kind of, sounds like a game almost? Like,
I'm sorry, but if you buy some shares, it's a game too, you know?
yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's a game upon a game, upon a game, upon a game, upon a game.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, when you invest for your pension, you invest somewhere.
Yeah.
You buy some stock, you buy
Yeah.
some bonds, you buy some structured product or whatever. You buy some stuff.
Yeah.
It's the same okay, sorry, it's the purpose.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's for your pension and you are not...
No, I understand what you're saying.
You play.
No, I understand what you're saying.
What I mean?
I do know what you're
Like
saying.
people, as long as they win, they don't blame you.
Yeah.
As soon as they lose money, oh, it's you bankers, you sell products. No. The guy understands what he was doing. He knew the downside of this product, you know.
Yeah.
We really explain, especially from 2009. They are very
very clear.
Very clear.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
And you have all the things like showing all the type of scenario where you can end up, you know.
Yeah.
And still they complain. They blame. You sell some product to people who doesn't understand. Hey, we didn't sell product to me. I don't sell any product to retail people.
Right.
Not selling product to you or anybody. Sell product to a big institutional client. So insurance company,
right.
hedge funds, people who are sophisticated enough
to understand.
So don't blame us. Huh?
Yeah.
If you want to blame people, blame your wealth management company.
Yeah.
Who doesn't understand the product.
Right.
And try to sell to rich people, high net worth client product, which they don't understand, so they don't explain properly to their end client. Then he ended up with a lot of lawsuits, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's where the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, like, it's a shitty job where people are very bad paid. So they hire, like, you know, it's like you go to your branch, and they try to sell you some product.
Yeah.
When you start to dig with, I try to do that sometimes with my branch guy, you know.
Yeah.
I say, okay, explain to me the product.
Yeah.
Catastrophic. Okay, but just train your guys who are selling this type of product to, and I start to challenge him because it's my job, you know. Try to challenge, saying, yeah, but okay, but this, what happened if it's this? I don't know. You have your answer.
I think I've got a new word now that I'm going to start using a lot more.
Which one?
Catastrophe.
I'm quite I'm a pessimistic person, you know.
It does seem so.
I always
I mean,
the bad side of things like this. I'm prepared.
That's funny.
And you are in the middle, or you are more optimistic?
Yeah, I'm somewhere between optimistic and realistic, I think. I tend to...
but not pessimistic?
Not really, no. I tend to try and be as reasonable as I can be. You know, I'm not like a hype person. I don't like hype. But I am optimistic. Like, I think in some general sense, like, you know, you'd have to define this, but in some general sense, things are getting better. Bit by tiny bit. That's my general feeling.
For whatever situation.
Just generally, in the world.
My dad is always saying, you know, you have a wall. You have to take a decision, it's right or left.
Yeah.
So you will always, but it's not like you have a situation, you cannot deal with it.
Yeah.
There is an outcome. Bad or good, but there is.
Yeah.
So whatever is the outcome, you will have to deal with it. That's it, just deal with it.
Yeah, I can see that. Life's a mess, you know. And you do have to just forgive
it's like
that.
when
You
you're
have to accept that.
in the situation where you fail. Me, for instance, which if I see I'm failing, I keep on.
Yeah.
I keep on until I'm not failing, you know. And some people will say to me, "Miriam, stop,
Yeah.
stop, just get out from this situation, you know." But I'm so fucking stubborn. I will go. I will go and dig further until I realize, okay, I lost. I just lost 6 months. 6 months. I should have realized that before, but because I need to realize it by myself.
That's kind of interesting. How old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
38.
38. You seem, in a way, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but you seem younger than that to me.
Well?
Yeah, you do. Not just
You mean mentally or
yeah.
physically?
No, I do. Yeah. Well, in the way that you look, but also, yeah, you seem, and yeah, not in a bad way, but that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how I have to take it.
No, I don't know either. That seems quite insulting, but I didn't mean it to be.
No, it's
You've got a
true,
kind
I'm
of
not
youthful
seeing
energy.
myself
You've got a youthful energy about you, I think is what I'm trying to say.
But I don't think
You seem quite determined.
In my mind, I'm not like 40.
No,
I'm not feeling 40
no,
at all.
no.
I'm still like 20, 29 or something like this.
Yeah.
29.
I think you seem that. You seem it, honestly, you do. I'm 44.
But maybe because you have kids, you know, maybe kids make you,
Yeah,
I don't know, make you more responsible and you have another way to deal with things.
it makes you,
You don't have the same energy.
it you know, in the most obvious way possible, it makes you confront yourself, you know?
Well, and it's the day you start to be an adult, you know.
Yeah.
You start to be really an adult when you lose both of your parents. Then you are, because you are the last generation.
Yeah,
You have a reference now. It's not anymore grandparents.
yeah,
You are the grandparent.
yeah.
I think you really grow up the day you lose your parents.
I'm sure that's true, yeah. I still have mine. You still have yours?
Oh.
Do you have your grandparents?
No.
I got one left. She's 95. How do you say that? 80, that's what I was looking for. 95. 95 ans. Elle a 95 ans.
Wow.
Oui.
So how was to meet all the neighbors for the first 7 months?
It's
I'm
been
the age.
nice. It's been nice. I've really enjoyed it, actually. I've really got a much more of a sense of who's in the neighbourhood. But I want to just keep doing it, you know? It's like, it's so pleasurable for me. I love meeting new people and getting to sort of understand different perspectives, you know, not to overstate it, but it's been really interesting just in this small conversation, just hearing your perspective as a trader on your view on 2008. It's really interesting. 2009.
I don't think this crisis. It will really. I think it will really depend how long it's gonna last.
Yeah.
But if it's only short, fine. If we lift a lockdown in the next 2 months, it's not gonna change the mindset of people. If you are locked down for 6 months, 1 year, then when you are unlocked, then your state of mind is completely different.
Yeah.
After 3 months, I don't think so.
What's your sense of how things are in France? Is it the same as here, kind of,
It was
broadly
It
speaking?
was stricter in France.
Yeah.
You couldn't go and walk in the park like this. You have to exercise
What about
once per day. It's not like here you can go to the park 3 times if you want. You know?
Yeah. What about now, though? Has France opened up again?
People still stay at home.
Really?
I mean, now they are allowed to go in the forest and to walk, which they were not allowed before. But they don't. They still work from home.
Right.
Most of parents they didn't put their kids. They didn't put their kids in at school again. So.
Yeah.
So for them, to be honest, nothing changed.
Well, it hasn't really changed here yet.
Most of people, their company, they ask them to work from home until at least September.
Is that right?
Ouais.
What about you in London? Are you expected to go back to work?
Alors me, I was between two jobs,
Okay.
and the second job, it didn't work out. So I'm looking for a job.
Oh, you are?
I didn't work out because of coronavirus.
Oh, okay.
They just freeze. They decided to freeze new hire.
Right. Do you feel like there's going to be stuff around?
Not really, to be honest. For me, it's dead. Until at least September.
Really? You think you'll be okay getting through to September?
I think at some point I will have to go to my parents.
Really?
Because, the thing is, like, when you have no job, my dad is sick, so it's a good opportunity to spend time with him.
We can go down that way if you like.
Yeah.
And come up. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. You're allowed to go back to France now, right? Yeah. I'm sorry to hear your dad's unwell. Is your mum looking after him?
Yeah, which is a pain.
I'm sure.
Both of your parents, they are good health, or?
They are. My mum's had really bad cancer, but she's in remission at the moment. She's looking good. Yeah. My dad's got some issues with his immune system. It's because of arthritis. So he's...
My dad is what he has, but he he cannot walk anymore.
Oh, really?
So you need a machine to lift him, put it in a wheelchair.
Oh, wow.
It went very bad.
Is he having to take a lot of medication?
Yeah, but he stopped because it didn't work. So
Oh, really?
he used to take the injection one, which is kind of chemotherapy.
Right.
It's what they call biotherapies. This kind of chemo thing. It's the only thing. Either you take cortisons, which is whatever medicaments you take on the file is kind of cortisone until they find those drugs. Like people I'm talked to, giving me some advice regarding this disease. They said me for like 30 years I was taking cortisone. Because there's nothing else.
Yeah.
On the market to help you to deal with this thing. It's an autoimmune disease.
Yeah. Well, my dad takes a lot of immune suppressants because arthritis, I guess, is your immune system overacting,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it doesn't make him numb, the medication?
No, but it makes, it just means that he's very susceptible to infections.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So he's been, when you saw him earlier at the door, I think that's only maybe the second time that he's been, out. Yeah.
Oh, really? But
Well,
the thing is,
that's
like,
our house anyway.
for this disease, you may have it
Yeah.
because I think it's genetics.
Yes.
So you may have it. There is some stuff who
I hope not.
slow down. Yeah, me too. You don't choose. Let's touch wood.
Yeah, please.
It's like living in a very warm country.
Yeah.
UK is the baddest country when you have this disease.
Really?
Yeah.
I should tell him that.
Yeah, I'm not kidding, yeah. Because it's damp,
Yeah.
it's wet, it's very bad for the articulations,
Yeah.
very bad. And like, I really advise to go very warm. It has to be like Spain or
Yeah.
south of France, Italy, whatever.
California.
Yeah. There's something very warm.
I would live in Southern California. Have you ever been there?
No, I'm not American. So I'm not a big fan of American. I'm not saying that, but I think there is so much things. Maybe California is a bit different, but I think it's a question of culture.
Yeah.
I'm not fine. It's like going to Florida for me. Like,
Yeah, but that's like one really weird part of America.
which one, Florida?
Florida, yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's true. Like south of California is not weird.
It's like, you know, I don't know what it's like. I'm trying to think of a good example. It's like saying Disneyland Paris is Paris or something.
You are a part of you is American, so it's different. You know?
Yes, I feel it.
French,
I feel it in my bones. Yeah.
First, I know nobody. Second, like the difference of culture is massive.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. I think there'd be a lot of.
Everything, the body culture, you know, like.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's a big Moroccan community in.
Where?
Like in New York City.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not really Moroccan too. Really, I'm not really Moroccan. My mindset is not really.
French Moroccan?
Most of my friends here, they are actually not at all Arabic.
Oh, that's interesting. So you
very few.
But are you Muslim?
Yeah.
So you've got some connections to the culture.
I don't have this community connection.
Okay, right. Not even through your parents?
No.
No. Were they...
No,
so
self-built. I choose my friend.
But you have family in Morocco still?
Yeah,
like your parents' family?
Yeah. Sisters, brothers.
Yeah. Oh wait, you got sisters and brothers?
Oh yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ah. And they're in Morocco? They're in France?
No, they're in France.
And do they live near your parents?
Only my brother. My two other sisters, they are in Paris actually.
Okay. So does your brother help out with your dad?
More or less. When he's around, yes, otherwise.
That's a real thing in so many families. When a older parent gets ill or is, you know, infirm, the children have to decide who's going to look after the parent, right? Right? It's in every family.
Like for some children, they just put their parents in a
home, yeah.
Which is horrible.
Yeah. For sure.
The thing is, like for me, it's different. I'm not living in France.
No.
I cannot really help, except financially.
Yeah, no, I guess if you're going to be a trader, then there's only a few cities you can do that in, right?
Exactly.
New York, London, Hong Kong. You think you're going to stick with trading?
I don't know. To be honest, I'm not really a trader. I'm more a sales.
Okay.
I work with traders, but I'm not directly a trader. So yeah, maybe it's a good moment to.
Yeah, maybe something else.
Direction.
If you,
yeah, for to do what?
I don't know. It sounds like you're the kind of person that will make it work. Whatever it is.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is like what? Opening a restaurant? No.
No. I mean, that question you're asking yourself, it must be a question that a lot of people are asking themselves right now. Partly because, you know, it's difficult times, and partly because for some people, I'm sure they don't really want to go back to what they were doing before necessarily.
I think a lot of people are doing some jobs like they don't like.
Yeah.
Just for money reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm interested.
I like my job.
You do?
I found it fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. And challenging.
Well, that's good. I'd like to be on holiday more, I think.
If you were deciding today, you could stop working?
Not forever, but I could definitely I could stop working for the next few years, yeah.
Yeah, but not retiring.
I mean, maybe. It depends what kind of life I want to have.
Yeah, but what type of life you are looking for?
I mean, it's a really good question. But there are a lot of things that I've...
What's the point to work like mad and then...
Yeah. There are a lot of things I've started to explore outside of my work.
Like, I will have time later, and puis bam, one day something happened to you. And
No, I understand that, yeah. I mean, I've already changed my life a lot. You know, a few years ago I took a year off work. I took a sabbatical for a year.
okay.
And I went and built a cabin in the woods in upstate New York. And my family, we all lived there, and the kids went to like a hippie school there and stuff. And that really like marked a big change in my life. Since then I've had way more balance, you know, much less work, more balance, less stress.
Because you took a distance?
Yeah, because I took some time away from it, yeah.
Stubborn, huh?
But I still am not totally sure. I sort of feel like I've got a lot of energy and ideas, and there's more that I want to do. Yeah, I don't want to get trapped into something just for the sake of working. You know, I want to do things that really, really interest me. But I guess I'm in a phase now where I'm just trying to talk to and meet as many new people as possible and hear about all of the stuff that's going on in the world and see where I want to put my energy.
You want to help?
To some degree, yeah.
If I could, I will help Syria. I think it's completely...
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's a genocide which is happening there and nobody do anything.
Yeah.
And the press doesn't talk about it anymore. So
Yeah.
it's already 8 years.
Yeah.
It's like when you're gonna have United Nations saying, "Oh, we haven't done anything. Oh, we are so sorry." But we invented you to do something.
Yeah.
Post-war.
Well, that's the...
They use like paying like billions to those people which are useless.
I think that's a really interesting question. Is like, what would the new purpose for the UN be?
Yeah, they have no power.
It'd be good if
we cannot intervene because it's a civil war.
It'd be good if it had a new
did
purpose.
The same in Croatia.
Yeah.
And then we end up with a genocide there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the same it was the same in Africa for the Tutsi and the.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah. So do you have those kind of social justice bones in your body? Do you feel like you want to...
Me, I think in another life I would have been a lawyer.
Yeah.
To help people.
maybe that is your next life.
I don't think so. You need to start again studies for years. I think it's very tough, you know, like to become a lawyer. And in the end, lawyer, you think it's gonna be how you defend people, but actually no. It's trying to find the tricks within the law.
Yeah.
To win a battle, you know. It's only that.
For sure. There are other forms of like social justice work, though, aren't there? You don't just have to be a lawyer.
Yeah, but it's the one which is making the most impact. You know?
Yeah, maybe.